Hello everybody, and welcome to Citrus Quest. I, of course, am your host, Ichabod Orange, and today with me we've got Magnus Deacon, Leo Convoy, and of course, our co-host for this evening, since we went ahead and let Miss Steam sit it out, Stalin! How y'all doing tonight?
I'm the co-host today. I'm the co-host tonight. Okay, I'm replacing Steam. All right.
For tonight.
I had to rush back here. Okay, hang
on. I feel cheated because he doesn't have the sexy British accent or huge tit.
Oh, you're gonna have to deal with that this week.
Trying to say Arcater has a sexy British accent?
Oh, you just want to do terrible things to Arcater, Stalin. Hello to Boons in the chat.
I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
Oh, people that have been around on good old Citrus Quest and Chambers' server.
Yeah, Director Arcater is the guy in the lab coat that outsources all his math.
Again, Leo doesn't know who any of those people are.
Yeah, I very rarely pay attention to much going on in Chambers' server. The last thing I paid attention to was when she had that guy in the debate with her, and he was absolute garbage at it.
Oh, yeah.
That was embarrassing.
Not everybody can be good at it.
I mean, at least throw some insults or something. Entertain me.
Entertain me.
So,
do I entertain you, Leo? I want to ask one more question though. Do I entertain you, Leo?
Yeah, it's on a cosmic level.
You play with little French miniatures for fuck's sakes. That's entertaining.
Have you seen these tables, dude? Have you seen these tables?
Yes, I've seen those tables. That is a very poorly done one. You should be ashamed of yourself.
What? No, that's my paint pad. You fucking.
God damn, Magnus already digging in on poor Stalin. So, for those of you who did watch the intro, you may have noticed that was the original Thundercats intro from Season 1, the episode All That Glitters is Gold. And I actually bought that episode in order to have as true to the old cartoon of an intro as I could.
Killer. That's actually an episode we just covered on the Thundercast last time we talked.
All the old 80's cartoons had the most epic of intros. That's just
I don't think the Transformer one was really all that good until Season 4.
Well, no, Season 2 they actually punched it up a notch and actually did well.
I mean, it was okay, but I mean, very lyrically, the entire intro has always been extremely starred. It doesn't even rhyme. I mean, good lord.
Well, I think they just kind of threw the original together and was like, you know what? Maybe we should actually put some work into it.
You mean like they did everything in the original cartoon?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, they actually had a blue Optimus Prime in one. I ain't gonna defend the art.
Oh, I've had people defend the artwork. I've had people defend the writing. I've been banned from so many Transformer Facebook groups that it's not even fun.
Oh, well, that's part of the reason why
I find Stalin. I know you're watching the chat.
That's why I fucking love the fact that people are like bitching about even Masterpiece and Third Party. It's like they're not too accurate.
Stalin.
We have to read the chat though.
No, we're skipping that one.
Read the chat.
You see, the thing is, it's assuming that Thundercats is number 1 furry, and number 2 that there is such thing as a Legend of Zelda cartoon that could even possibly be mature, especially from the 80s. That cartoon was such hot garbage it made Captain N and the Game Master look.
It was such hot garbage it made droids look like fucking Oscar material.
So I was referring to my amazing tables. I mean, isn't that a beautiful table? Come on.
It's a graveyard. It must be French.
God, I'm actually playing Polish there, but whatever.
There's nobody running away. It couldn't possibly be the French.
Well, they did make an art of running away, literally.
Yes, that's true. I mean, they call it parkour, I think.
I mean, they gotta make it sound snobbish somehow, don't they?
Fuck
no,
you.
last time I just recently got banned from a Transformers Generation 1 only group.
Okay.
Oh,
because I told them that Optimus died in the movie because he was stupid.
Because he was stupid.
If he would have just shot Hot Rod, he would have survived.
No, if he would have stopped jawing and shot Megatron in the literal 30 seconds he had between grabbing his rifle and aiming it, maybe, just maybe, Optimus would be alive. But nope, instead he just, let me talk, more.
I mean, yeah, that seems like a bit of Optimus's problem. Like, I saw that clip too, and I'm like, what is Optimus doing? What is he doing?
Also, I don't buy the whole, I don't buy the hostage excuse, because this dude was literally flipping upside down in air, bullseyeing people in his battle charge. I don't buy the Hot Rod was in the way. Shoot Megatron.
Well, see, here's the thing. He would have probably just blown Megatron's head clean off if he wasn't on Hasbro's kill list.
No, because even in previous times when he's had Megatron dead to rights, he just sits there and jaws on. Optimus Prime is objectively the worst G1 Transformer leader. The worst.
I can't really argue with that, because well, in my childhood, I would have been like, no, you're not, you stupid. Optimus Prime is the greatest leader ever. Now in my see, somebody actually had to ask the question earlier today. Which Transformer do you most identify with? And of course, I'm thinking, oh, maybe I identify more with Optimus Prime. No, what about Hot Rod? He was all young and fresh. And then my brain just blurts out, at my age, cut up.
Mine would unquestionably be Grimlock.
Oh, well, yeah, everybody identifies with Grimlock.
Darn right they do. He's that important.
He's big, dumb as a brick, and strong as an ox. So,
yes. Yeah. He's like, oh, we're going to talk? No, there's no talk. There's only death.
There is no talkie, only Zool.
No talking! You die now! Me Grimlock smash!
You know, I actually met his voice actor, Greg Bergen's a very interesting guy. I wasn't aware until after I did a little bit of digging that he did the voice of Odie on Garfield and Friends and Cornfed on Duckman. You wouldn't assume...
I thought it was funny as shit that he was the voice of Jetfire or Skyfire, whichever people prefer to call him. And it's like, because even when I was a kid, when they did the, what was it? What was the episode called? Grimlock's New Brain?
Yeah.
Where he became a genius. It's like, I remember watching that as a kid and going, why does Grimlock sound like Skyfire all of a sudden? That would be why, because they're the same voice actor.
Boons comes in from the chat with, I never watched Transformers, and I'm going to pretend like I know what you all are talking about.
Well,
thank you.
Tell us, Boons, what did you watch from the 80s and 90s? Tell me what we can talk about that'll get your interest.
Tell us first, were you born in the 80s or 90s?
Boons is a youngin'.
Yes.
Well, I mean, in the age of the internet, that doesn't really matter anymore, honestly.
Yeah. Because you can just look up anything.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but people, I think the technology's still new enough. People forget that we have Google.
I guess.
Because I've had those moments where it's like, oh yeah, I can look this up on Google after spending like a day going, God, why in the hell? And then it's like, then it'll finally dawn on me. Oh yeah, I'll just look it up on fucking Google.
He said he was kicked out of the 90s. Were you too rad for them?
Yeah, no. He's too rad for the 90s.
Oh, man, 2000s, I am so sorry. You didn't have much in the way of decent cartoons to watch. You have my pity.
What decade did they quit with the Saturday morning cartoons? I noticed in the 90s they were going down.
Well, do you know why they went downhill in the 90s?
Yeah, I think. Well, you explain it, and I'll pretend I know what you're talking about.
Hey, man, okay, even though SpongeBob was a 99, dude, SpongeBob was pretty fucking good for 3 seasons.
God damn it.
What?
I would throw you into a blender.
Don't mind Stalin. Don't mind Stalin. Stalin is living like Larry, and we gotta let him do
it. I'm telling you, the first 3 seasons of SpongeBob are freaking great.
There were cartoons that were just literally soundless crap. But at least watching them in a long period of time didn't end up with a study showing that it made kids more retarded.
Well, I actually do have a fun fact about SpongeBob if you want to hear.
Sure.
Go right ahead.
Okay. The head character designer for SpongeBob is Bob Camp. Do you know where Bob Camp started his animation career?
No, I'm not aware.
Secondary character creator for Thundercats.
That is so fucking depressing. They
well,
hurt
no,
that man.
That just proves that in his old age he just didn't give a fuck.
The reason why Saturday morning cartoons went down is a multifold reason, but it started in 1996, and the reason for that was a bunch of moral busybodies and single mom groups basically forced Congress to pass a law in order to require cartoons to have a certain amount of educational material. And when that happened, cartoons stopped being interesting for kids. Kids stopped watching them. Advertisers no longer wanted to rent out space for them. Cartoons started making less money, and people just started, playing college football in those slots.
You notice it's always the single moms that fuck everything up.
Well, everybody. The thing is, the single moms wouldn't have been able to get anywhere if the government didn't kowtow to them. So we don't have enough people pushing back at them. That was our problem.
Yeah, that's just true.
So that's why they started going downhill, and actually that's the reason why a lot of cartoon animation in modern age doesn't have much money behind it. In the 80s and early 90s, man, there was so much money in animation. It was unbelievable.
Let me put it this way. Back when I was a kid, you couldn't get me out of bed for shit during the school week. When the weekends rolled, I didn't need an alarm clock. I was up at like 5:20, sitting in front of the TV waiting for Ultraman to come on at 5:30 on a Saturday.
Well, let me see if I can throw this number at you and maybe get a better understanding or scope here. In the 1970s, there were about 30, I think. I could be wrong on that number. Last time I researched it, about 30 syndicated cartoons that were produced in the 70s. In the 80s, there was 157.
Oh, of course. Well, that's because I'm pretty sure you guys have heard this because Retro Blasting is fond of reiterating this when they do panels on old cartoons. But
the Reagan administration.
In 1983, I think it was, the Reagan administration deregulated the whole thing where you couldn't use cartoons to market. Once he did that, that's when we got things like He-Man and Transformers. As it showed up, I don't remember which one. That's why, Takara was already making Transformers through Diaclone and Microchange, I believe, were the two companies.
Well,
Diaclone is
the chat.
Well, to continue, Diaclone were the ones that made all the car robots like Optimus Prime and Wheeljack, Sunstreaker, blah fucking blah. And of course, their little penny racer cars were the ones that became the like Boker and all those. Well, the Microchange line was where they picked up like Megatron and Soundwave and a couple others. I think Reflector was one of those. And then Hasbro got to talking to them, and they were like, "Okay, well, we'll make a cartoon that goes along with these robots." Okay, so how do we do that? And that's if you watch the documentaries. It's like, okay, well, everybody likes cars, so we'll make cars the good guys. And well, what do we do with jets? Oh, we'll make them the bad guys. Well, what about the gun? Oh, he'll be the head bad guy. And they just go on and on like that. So that's how Transformers got the mythos. And that's pretty much how we got started with that.
The mythos.
Yeah, the mythos says it. I don't even know why people call the lore of the cartoons. It's like in the story, right? No, it has to be called the lore because it's far more important than just the crap story they made up to sell the fucking.
I mean, to be fair, Magnus, at this point we have fucking lore.
Well, yeah, with the Transformers, yeah, because let's see, 1984.
No, I mean with the damn satellite, Magnus.
The satellite. Oh, the satellite of unrequited love.
There's fucking lore for it. People have written stories at this point. It's depressing as shit.
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah. What? Wait, who's gonna go? I don't know.
I was stopping so you could say what you.
I was gonna say I'll give this to you, Leo. I feel like the quality overall of the animation and cartoons has diminished. I'll definitely say that for a lot of cartoons.
Well, again, because of money, it's not even so much quality. It all depends on what you, I guess, define as quality. If you're talking about thicker lines, deeper shading or more action-related movement or a higher frame rate, then yes. As far as fluidity in movement, it's actually a little bit better now, but they just don't have the money to do a lot of high detail, high profile.
It kind of sucks.
Well,
but
that's because nobody actually puts the fucking work into it to like make a decent storyline or anything.
I disagree with that. I think people do work hard on what, but part of the problem is corporatism when it comes to stuff like this, right? Back in the 80s, a lot of people involved with these people to work, but now it's a lot more driven by numbers and sales things that try to push the needle in whatever direction they want. The reason why you have a comedy show in a multi they're going to push it until that bubble bursts, and it's going to be ugly.
I mean, a lot of people just like to watch internet cartoons now.
Well, not just that, is you got to keep a few things in mind here when it comes to animation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Way back in the 70s and 80s, you could not do animation on any large scale unless you had invested thousands of dollars, had fully functional actual training from previous animators. Now, Stalin, with your goofy PC, you can do studio level animation by teaching yourself.
Yes.
The monetary and educational gap has closed, and corporations were not ready for it, and they did not look at it, and now they're panicking.
I mean, one cartoon that I am looking forward to this year is Vivzy Pop's Has-Been Hotel. I cannot wait to see that. I want to see it so bad.
Well,
it looks.
I'm going to pass on Has-Been Hotel myself.
Really?
Yes, the well-known Christian is going to pass on Has-Been Hotel. Did you really not see that coming?
I didn't see it coming. Of course, I didn't know.
No, but Stalin did, so that's why I'm giving him grief.
Yeah. Well, that's understandable.
That's a shame. Because I give him this. There's a lot of rip and tearing in that too. It's gonna be great.
Nah, it's only good rip and tearing gives Doom guy. Hey, Citrus, or Ichabod, are we actually cutting out on you? Or are you?
I'm hearing.
Ichabod
cutting out. Ichabod.
Let me listen back.
What?
I think he's lost the plot.
I'm trying to figure out who and where we're cutting out. Jeez, don't die.
It's my connection. There's not a whole lot I can do about it.
You must be in one of them goofy zones.
Yeah, I kind of am. The only thing I could really do is like close everything else, and in order to do that, like that'd completely destroy everything that's going on right now. So let's.
Well, the funny thing is that's kind of sad because I'm actually at a hotel and my connection's better than that. That's kind of sad, man. You got to get out of there.
It's the computer itself, not the internet.
I'm at a truck stop and my connection's holding up better.
It's the computer itself.
Just watch out for them lot lizards.
Yeah, no, I learned that lesson a long time ago.
They want your third party.
Not surprised.
Third.
Say, if it was. And as far as toy ads, I mean, name something that's not trying to sell you something, whether it be an idea, a viewpoint, a political ideology, or even a toy. No matter what it is, a work is always trying to sell you something.
Well, see, that's the problem, though. Most cartoons are trying to sell you an ideology these days versus, when we were kids and, hey, look at these really cool toys we're making a cartoon about. I want to go buy those, right?
In the interest of fairness, it's not like the 80s cartoons didn't try to sell us on some form of ideology, but it was more of a pro-social ideology. Be good to people, don't be a prick. If you got a bully in your yard, punch him in the mouth, stuff like that.
Yeah. All the wholesome things.
Yeah, as opposed to a socio-political thing, which is what we're dealing with in some forms of animation now, which might be born from nepotism. There's a giant rabbit hole about this connection between cartoons and animation and toys, and goes into a problem we're having with a lot of more modern animation when it comes to how we market it is because, unfortunately, due to tying it directly to toys and starting back in 1983 with He-Man, if you don't move product, you lose a lot of your base and you lose a lot of funding for animation. There are better ways to fund it, but corporations don't like change, so that's what we're fighting right now.
Yeah, this is true.
Speaking of the new, like, He-Man and She-Ra stuff, what did you guys think of the new She-Ra?
It's pure shit.
I think the new She-Ra has a lot of potential. I think that... How do I put this? I understand more about how it came into production and why it exists. I think that the staff is doing the best they can, but I think that it can be improved, and I think they can do better than what they have.
But what do you think of it as of right now?
I think it could be better.
Well, Magnus, why do you feel like it's complete shit?
Well, for one thing, I don't know. It just... You watch the show and you're like, why in the fuck am I torturing myself with this? Versus the original She-Ra, which, yeah, they branched it out from He-Man, which was the only reason I watched it in the first place, because the very first episode is He-Man takes her sword. So it's like, oh, so now I got a whole nother storyline He-Man related to watch. It was meant for girls, but I still watched the cartoon because it followed the exact same formula as He-Man. And apparently the big bad in that show was, like, Skeletor's fucking boss. So, yeah, I was like, shit, why not watch it? Versus, they turned Hordak into this emo-looking motherfucker, and it's like...
Hordak's always kind of looked pretty emo. He was designed as a cross between a vampire and the Grim Reaper. I mean, come on, man.
Well, yeah, but in the original cartoon, at least, you know, that kind of made sense because it was kind of along the same lines as Skeletor.
I like the
horror movie villain kind of thing.
I like the 2003 rendition as far as character design of Hordak because he was a super powerful, evil sorcerer creature. I don't mind the new Hordak design. He's apparently a very cunning character, which is something I do enjoy. He's practical. When they lost Adora, his response wasn't, "Oh, we have to find her. Oh, we put so much time into her." It's like, "Oh, then promote someone else, you idiot." So that I like competent villains, and so far he's proving to be competent as he is now. That might change, but that's one of the few things in the series I could say 100% gets a pass from me is how they've done Hordak in the new series.
Ichabod, were you around when I did my my little synopsis and what I thought about She-Ra on a Sunday Fun Day?
I think I was there, but I also think there were so many people talking at the same time, I didn't get fucking half of it.
Oh, no, it was just me talking, but that was the one where I managed to get Seto to run out of eyebrows to raise. I thought that was the best part.
Fair enough.
Yeah, no. Transformers apparently was... see, I had so many favorites back then. Yeah, I loved He-Man. I loved Thundercats. I loved Transformers, G.I. Joe, all this. Transformers is the only one I still collect. And, well, still collect as in I recently started collecting again, like, back in June of 2018. So I haven't been collecting for that long, but it's the only toy line that I've got back any interest in just because of the Masterpiece and third-party figures.
With me, I've been collecting Transformers actively. Good God. I did it a little bit when I was a kid. Of course, you can't really collect that much when you're a little kid. But then when Beast Wars started coming on, and I got interested in that, I collect that up until Armada. And then that completely ruined any interest I had in Transformers until Transformers Prime, and then I've been going from there.
Transformers Prime had to be one of the most well-written Transformers shows, even including G1 in that statement, because
G1 wasn't very well written.
No, it wasn't. But I'm just saying, G1 was the one that captured my interest, so I have to put that one, you know, in high regard.
Am I right, Optimus?
But no, Transformers Prime was where they actually got enough hair on their balls to write the character development, and make dark moments in the show.
Well, I mean, they had dark dark aspects in other series like Beast Wars and especially Beast Machines. I mean, when you have a writer from Generation 2 tell you your cartoon's too dark, you might have taken a little bit too step forward.
I don't even think anybody wrote Generation 2 because all they did for that was just recycle G1 and.
No, I mean G2 is in the comic, which was written actually by.
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough, but still, though, I mean, for the cartoon, all they did was recycle old episodes of G1 and what was it? They showed it through the Cybernet Space Cube. Yeah, it's like, what the fuck, dude?
What? Okay, what was the one where it looked like they were fighting, but they weren't fighting? They were basically just like bad DDR dancing.
That you got to give us a little bit more information than that.
That is all of the information I have.
Did it look more modern? Did it look older? What was it?
It was an older one, but I think it might have been a movie. I know there was a giant ball.
Oh no, you're talking about an episode of G1 Transformers when Soundwave and Blaster were fighting in a club.
No, I think he's talking about a completely different cartoon.
It's entirely possible.
I think the Transformers Unicron trilogy was pretty much like that, just bad DDR.
It might have been Unicron. Did it have a giant death ball that ate planets?
Yeah, well,
that was
in the Transformers the movie, they came up with the character of Unicron, who was a giant planet who ate other planets.
Voiced by Orson
that out of the way, yeah. His last role before he died. But then Unicron became sort of a staple character in the series, which Unicron was still a giant planet that ate other planets, or something in that neighborhood. And yeah, because from what I've seen of the Unicron trilogy, the animation was such shit that you could literally say that their battles just look like bad DDR.
Well, that's what happens when you let a subpar Japanese animation studio do something for you.
Oh yeah, no shit.
Yeah, you have to use the above par Japanese animation studios.
Well, yeah, you kind of do. I mean, all right, let's do a little bit of animation history here for you. Have you ever seen Last Unicorn, The Hobbit, or Flight of Dragons?
Yes, I've seen all three of those.
Okay, do you know what studio animated that?
I have no idea.
Okay, so it was licensed and produced through Rankin Bass, but the animation studio in Japan was called Topcraft.
Did you really just do the Rankin Bass thing as if you know it's Frankenstein?
Oh my god.
That's just how it's pronounced. It's like my last name's pronounced Guerra, but more importantly. All right, so Topcraft did those productions for Rankin Bass. Now, in 1985, they split into two different companies.
Mm-hmm.
Topcraft split and became Pacific Animation Corporation, which is what created Thundercats, Silverhawks, and Tiger Sharks, and a couple of other.
That's why you still see the credits for Rankin Bass at the end of the shows.
Now, what Topcraft did? Do you know what Topcraft became? The other half of that became.
No, I lost track of their animation after the Return of the King old cartoon.
Well, I guarantee you've seen their work.
I probably have.
Now they go by Studio Ghibli.
Oh, see, that makes sense.
Yeah. So yes, there are high-tier Japanese animation studios, without question. Studio Trigger's pretty good, too.
Just as a side note for the chat, if anybody has seen Flight of Dragons, put an F in the chat.
Why an F?
It's a really good movie.
Because Flight of Dragons!
Flight of Dragons. I'm trying to remember if I've seen that or not. I may have seen it.
Typing an F in the chat would constitute that it's dead.
Well, I mean, it has been. They haven't done anything with it since then, but it had James Earl Jones as the evil red wizard Omadon. I mean, that's epic in and of itself.
Especially
what was the general story of that? Because now I'm sitting here like, God, have I seen that?
The general story of Flight of Dragons is you have the four brother wizards, but they realize their magic's getting weaker because man is starting to develop technology. So the idea is they'll create a new world that man can tap into with his imagination, the land of magic. And Omadon, the red wizard, where death and destruction and black magic system refuses to do this and declares war on the rest of the world and on humanity. Well, the three brothers decide, well, we have to have a quest against him, but we can't do it because we're brothers and that's against the Great Order. So they wound up plucking a guy from the real world in the future to come back in time and go on a quest to retrieve Omadon's evil crown. But he winds up getting his consciousness stuck in the body of a dragon.
Oh, yeah, I did see that one.
It's a really neat movie because they actually go on this ridiculously pseudoscience explanation for how dragons are able to not only fly, but also breathe fire.
Yeah. It was something like... It was some convoluted shit where it's like... The dude's always asking questions. Well, how do you do this? How do you do that? It's like,
I love it. I love it because the older dragon who... Actually, the uncle of the young dragon whose body he's inhabiting is like, well, how do dragons fly and why do they breathe fire? Because we're dragons and dragons fire. Now eat that rock. That's limestone. A puny man word if I ever heard it.
I love how like the ending of that fucking movie goes too. And spoiler warnings if you haven't seen it. It's basically just he uses math.
Yes.
How many fucking decades has this movie been around? I think it's
3.
well past spoiler alert.
Well, unfortunately, I have to spoil it for the people who were born after it fell into obscurity. But
all 3 other people, 2 other people now watching this stream, I'm sure they'll be fine.
If you're watching this in the age of the internet, you've had more than enough time to go looking for it.
Math is the greatest weapon against magic.
I mean, James Earl Jones did go on record years ago saying it was one of his favorite roles.
Nice.
That's not surprising. That movie was a lot of fun.
It was really good. It was a lot of fun.
Well, I remember being blown away in the theater when Dragon Slayer first came out, for fuck's sakes.
You know he's working on a new movie for that, right?
Oh, God, no.
Yeah, he is. No, it's the original creator. Don Bluth is working on a new Dragon Slayer.
I'm talking about the live action one. I don't think you're talking about... You're probably thinking about Dragon's Lair.
Yeah, Dragon Slayer.
I said Dragon Slayer.
Well, that's why we got confused then.
No, Dragon Slayer was a live action movie. God, came out in like real early 80s, like 81 territory, I believe. And it for the time... I mean, actually the special effects in it still hold up to this day, which is saying a lot.
Well, yeah, because they're practical effects, not dated by CGI.
But the fact that they actually were able to pull the whole, oh yeah, this dragon actually looks, but what they did, it was like with like what Steven Spielberg was forced to do in Jaws, where he actually had to use the shark very fucking sparingly. Because the thing kept breaking. So, yeah, that was the whole reason. Well, the whole thing that made Jaws work was technical issues.
Jesus.
Fantastic. Sometimes you just gotta look into it.
So,
yeah.
When it comes down to it, what are your favorite movies or cartoons that come out of the 80s?
Oh, God. Transformers was definitely a favorite, of course. Yeah, I'm not saying it had the greatest storytelling because I'll watch episodes of it today, and I'm like, that show was shit. But like I watched G.I. Joe, Transformers, all the usual fanfare that kids watched in those days.
Now, for me, as far as movies go, it would of course be Transformers movie. I'm rather fond of G.I. Joe the movie, Flight of Last Unicorn, but if you're looking for something non-anime, it would have to be things like Predator and Commando.
Fucking Commando.
I love Commando. I told my wife that is taken done.
You know what, though? My favorite part was actually hearing Peter Cullen, the guy who did the voice of Optimus Prime,
doing the Predator,
telling the story of how he did the Predator's sound effects.
Uh-huh.
I love the Predator. that is one of the things that I've seen that came out of the 80s. I love the Predator, and I love it so much now because of the one that was released recently was absolute shit, and it just botched the lore of the not even like the lore, like how the Predators function in the previous movies.
I mean, you heard about the newest Predator crossover, didn't you, Stalin?
Ooh, not the one with like the aliens, right?
Nah, this is Predator crossed over with Baki the Grappler now.
What?
Yeah.
What?
You know what? I've seen so many fucking crossovers.
But this one is the most
Predator.
out there one. This one is the most out there one. I mean, sure there was the Batman one and the Superman one, but this one's it's Baki the Grappler.
I think my favorite crossover that ever happened was RoboCop versus Terminator.
Well, I mean, of course, that's a classic. How can you go wrong with that?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think the way they did it was perfect because it turned out that his original design was what inspired or led to the Terminators.
Well, my question is, did you see the newest RoboCop crossover?
I don't think I have.
He is now the KFC Colonel.
Oh God.
What?
Peter Weller in the suit and everything. It's actually a commercial now.
Oh
And
my
serious. I'll buy that for $1.
That sounds no.
Oddly enough, the favorite role Peter Weller ever did, in my opinion, wasn't even RoboCop. It's when he did Batman in The Dark Knight Returns, the animated movie. He was perfect old Batman.
That actually did fit pretty well. I was surprised when he did the voice. I still though like the guy. It was some interview. It was some talk he was doing where he actually explained how he was going to play RoboCop, and they got the suit, and oh my God, the suit was so clunky and this and that, and then he like brought in some acting coach that he knew, and the guy was like, "Well, let the suit guide your performance." So that's how they got the clunky movements and all that shit. It's like, that actually worked out in their favor.
Did you ever hear about the production issues they had with the original Godzilla costume?
Oh yeah, I've heard that. I think the guy that originally played Godzilla almost dehydrated himself to death.
No, he did dehydrate himself multiple times, but that was only in the second version of the suit. The first one they cobbled together, they weren't aware of how the latex cured. So they got him in the suit, and he was about to do some movement for him, and it actually completely dry hardened, so it just fell over.
Oh God!
So what they did was they cut the suit in half and just used it for other incremental scenes from the waist down.
Nice.
So, Stalin, what were your favorite 80s shows? Do you have any?
From the ones that I've seen.
From his avatar, I'm going to say My Little Pony.
Oh my God! No, dude, G1 My Little Pony is terrifying. Okay, I can tell you that it's terrifying. Not as terrifying as G3. Okay, but still pretty terrifying. They killed Tyrek with rainbows.
Yeah, but he had to turn ponies into dragons to pull his chariot of darkness. I don't care what anybody says. That's freaking metal.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll admit that's metal.
Me too. Yeah, I'll give them credit there.
I can't. I mean, I've seen a few, but I can't really answer that question. But as for something like, let's say, movies, probably The Terminator.
Fair enough.
I really do like the Terminator.
No, there's actually a collaborative video, Stalin, I need to get back to working on, where we're actually going to compare and contrast the morals and lessons in the new My Little Pony versus the original Thundercats to see which one's more functional in the real world.
Yes, we're doing that. We are doing that.
That actually makes sense, honestly.
Yeah, and I needed to watch the all of Thundercats in order for us to do that. I've only watched the first season. I haven't watched the second season yet. I just
Well, you should throw some of the moral lessons in from the old He-Man cartoon too.
Well, yeah, because I know, like at the end of I've seen quite a few episodes of He-Man, but I remember seeing like at the end of the episodes, He-Man would give the lesson. I'm like, what the fuck was the 80s? Holy shit!
Well, the 80s was a time of puritanical rule over what kids could and couldn't watch. But one thing, and even when I was a kid, this bothered me. He-Man's like, "Hello, kids. Let's talk about safety." And I'm looking at him like, "Dude, you are a half-naked man wielding a sword, riding a giant green tiger.
I think
what do you mean safety?"
I think my favorite was that half-naked man in a furry loincloth. If someone touches you inappropriately,
God damn it!
That's no good.
Hey, I'll take He-Man talking to me about anybody else. I mean, everybody put their hands on He-Man? Not for long.
That's no good.
not for long.
You want to make that. You want to make that collaboration just a little bigger. Have Fucking Magnus do the He-Man one, and I'll do fucking Sailor Moon, because why not?
Well, I mean, if you're going with Sailor Moon, you're going to have to go through the original Deke dub. Good luck, my friend.
Oh, yeah, no, that is a fucking nightmare.
Sailor Moon says, get the gun.
I think Sailor Moon needed to get the gun in season 1.
I mean, I'm not going to lie, I'm an unabashed Sailor Moon fan.
Well, yeah, but that's because it's teenage girls dressed up in skimpy outfits.
Okay, no.
No, because I'm in my 30s, and that's gross. No, I actually just liked the show. I thought it was very fascinating. It's very well written, very well done.
Until they brought in Mini Moon.
No, I actually didn't mind Mini Moon that much. Then again, dude, I grew up with Orko. Come at me.
Fair enough, you grew up with Orko, but Mini Moon was just a...
Yeah, but at least Orko was useful, man.
Thank
Maybe
you!
so. Maybe so, but at the same time, I've dealt with far more annoying things than Mini. Like, Stalin can vouch for that at this point.
What you mean? You mean the fucking pony community?
Yes, you're all a bunch of mental infants.
You know what? You know what? I think I can tell everybody what my dedication is to the Transformers collection I've got going on its way to my house right now as we speak. Is a third-party wheelie.
Wheelie.
That should give you an idea of my dedication to, yeah, I want the complete movie cast, even wheelie.
Hey, real quick, Boons, dude, like, no, there is nothing in this world that can be compared negatively or that Scrappy do. Nothing.
Okay, but yeah, no, he's kind of right. Mini Moon was basically the Scrappy Doo of Serena.
Well, I mean, it's her kid.
That's her fault for having sex with freaking Tuxedo Mask.
Well, I mean, they're supposed to rule the Eternal Kingdom. I mean, what you gonna do? You can't do that a single. You gotta have a king, yo. You gotta have a king.
Tell that
You gotta have somebody to obey.
Not gonna make that joke. Never mind.
Gotta have somebody to obey, right, Leo?
I mean, tell that to the inner cities.
Obey me.
Obey me.
Oh, God.
No, there's a server I'm in with Stalin, and now Ichabod's in there too. And one of the rules there that I put up there for Spite is just obey me, and I pull it out any given time, and I make everybody suffer for it.
He did that in my server for him.
Oh yeah, I went to his server and I'm like, oh, you made me a mod. Okay, first rule, obey me.
Yeah, but I get more art out of it than you do, Stalin.
Well, I don't know, dude. I've been getting a stream of it lately, so
you're welcome. No, I still say that Lady Stalin was the best goddamn thing I've made yet.
Yeah, and then Rabbit got a hold of it and ruined it for everybody.
Oh no, yeah, not that Lady Stalin. The other Lady Stalin.
It does look rather feminine. You gotta say that much, Stalin. I mean, what were you thinking, man?
Here, let me pull up the other Lady Stalin.
I didn't draw it.
Somebody who drew it very femininely. Did you at no point look at?
I did not commission Songheart to do it. She just wanted to do it.
Songheart probably just draws girls a lot. Then.
Wow.
I don't know.
Have you seen her DA?
No, I haven't. I don't look at everybody's DA.
There you go, Leo. That's the Lady Stalin I was talking about.
That looks like one of the characters from Girls in Panzer.
Yeah, I think
it probably is. I'm not gonna lie. I just
wait. Who here has seen Girls in Panzer?
I've seen enough of it to know I hate it.
What? Oh, okay, the only people who like Girls in Panzer are the people that like they gush over the fact that okay, how many historical references can we put into 10 seconds of this show?
Yes, and if you're not aware, I'm not one of those people.
Well, guess what, Scrub? You suck.
I'm sorry. What? What'd you call me?
You suck at World War II.
I suck at World War II. Okay, I'm gonna have to traumatize everybody with this then.
Well,
Let me cut and paste it so I can save the image now that I found it once again.
Yeah,
I
kind of got sick of World War II after the History Channel became the World War II channel. So.
Well, what you mean? I think you mean the UFO channel. I don't know.
No, they became the World War II channel back in the early 2000s. I want to say where every fucking show was something about battles of World War II, the history of this part of World War II. Mm-hmm. It's just like, okay, I'm sick to fucking death.
Well, I would say Girls in Panzer is focused on the vehicles, obviously.
Oh my god! No! It's a bunch of cute little girls that people can jack off to. But here, if you want Stalin, here's.
Oh god.
Well, I keep
No! Oh, god damn it!
Is that the one I keep seeing
Oh,
pictures of where
Jesus!
the girls are supposed to be battleships or something?
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
There you go,
that's just
Stalin.
that's just little girls for guys to jack off.
There you go, Stalin. There's the human version of your.
Oh no! I just find the dialogue funny. It's like why did the German team go through the forest?
Good god. Hello to Seth
Speaking of
in
which,
the chat. I'm assuming it's the
Stappy,
same set.
Isn't Stappy? He's here to be a dumb teenager, so just let him be.
Hitler and aliens. That's the history show. Yeah. That's like I said earlier. They turned to fucking aliens and also their amazing series of finding Hitler in fucking Brazil.
I mean, did they find him?
No, I don't think they did.
Oh, that's too bad. Hide and seek champion still on go.
Well, he's trying to beat Anne Frank's record.
Today I'm finding Hitler.
That ain't hard to do.
Because he totally would have been able to get out of Berlin, definitely. But Leo, no. I do not watch Girls in Pants to jack off to little girls. No, I find the dialogue and what they fit in there to be hilarious.
Yeah, and I read Playboy for the fucking article.
Oh, for fuck's sake! No, I'm in denial. I am going to deny that.
Clearly, I've been waiting on this guy to show up for an hour.
It's not like a majority of the dialogue is describing the millimeters of your.
Okay. Tell me how many times you've seen up there.
Probably I don't. From what I remember, not too often. It's mainly focusing on doing Tokyo Drift.
You don't get it. You don't get it because you don't watch much anime. But the entire point.
Yeah, I don't watch much anime.
Yeah, the entire point is to give those type of nerds a hard on.
Well, I mean, I have seen Goblin Slayer. There's quite a few titty shots of that one character.
Yeah, I watch Goblin Slayer.
But as for girls,
favorite part,
the focus is on the tanks.
My favorite part of Goblin Slayer is the fact that people are, they're sexualizing this. These girls are getting raped by ugly little green fuckers. That's not sexy. What the hell is wrong with you people?
Well, Japan has a declining birth rate. That might have something to do with it.
But I will forever be in denial. The focus is on the tanks.
So
who is Futternut?
Futternut.
Futternut is somebody who occasionally comes on. It's been a long time.
He seems quite adamant about getting on your show.
Yes, he does.
Why?
How is it? I don't. He loves you. He loves you.
Throw him in. Let's see what he does.
Also, Step says Hitler escaped. Charlie Chaplin was a decoy, obviously. Yeah, Charlie Chaplin in the fucking U.S.
You're sure you want to deal with Fuddy?
Might as well. If nothing else, I'll just make fun of him.
Okay, hang on.
Okay, we're bonus guys.
Oh god, I don't even know if I have him friended on fucking Discord. I might not actually be able to.
I mean, you don't have to.
Who? Okay, you got a lot of mods in this chat, man. Good God.
No, he is not. He's not in my server, and he's not on my friends list, so I can't, Fuddy. Sorry. Check next week, man. Like, find me on Discord and friend me, and maybe, But can't do it if we have no fucking way to contact each other.
How did he get in the last time he was on then?
Because we used to use Google Hangouts. And I could just drop the link.
So why is this guy an admin in your... Why do you have so many of them?
Because everybody has admins. Tons and tons
if everyone has admin, then everyone is equal.
I don't... Shut up, Stalin. I know what you're going with that. I don't have any admins in my...
but you need everyone to have everything.
No, you don't understand, Stalin, because they know better. It's because obey me.
Because fuck you, that's why.
Obey me.
Oh my god, I know what the fucking problem is. He's got weird ass fucking text change bullshit.
What was somebody? Is he a person that changes their username like 10 times every day?
You mean like in Stepius?
No, I was talking about something like, let's say, like Beans.
Ah.
You know, like. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Step changes his nickname in the server. He doesn't change his username because you can change your username in 5 seconds in Discord.
Step says, can't he just send his name and tag in the chat, and someone can type it in, friend him, and add him?
All right, hold on. I'll be back. Hold on.
Yeah, that's right. You go run to your Berlin Wall, big boy.
Fuck.
No.
He's
Okay,
just trying to
I
seize
think
the
I got
means
it
of
now.
reproduction.
Says, can't he just send his name and tag in the chat, and someone can type?
God damn it, mute the stream, Fuddy.
I already did, thank you.
So what'd you want to be on here for, Fud?
Oh, because I was bored.
You know, most people just get hobbies.
Yeah, well, most people are a lot more fun than I am, so...
Well, go be more fun. Get some hobbies. Go meet some girls.
Girls seem to be a lot of fucking issues.
Yeah, that's why you don't find ones that are in their mid-20s. You find one that's in their early 30s.
Oh, that's when they really have issues.
No, that's usually when they're ready to settle down and know what they want.
Yeah, no. That's just what the mid-30s girls make mid-20s boys believe.
No, that's what I know because I'm married to a woman in her mid-30s and I'm in my mid-30s.
Well, la-di-da.
How old are you, buddy?
Mid-30s?
Well, maybe you ought to act like it then. Need to get some hobbies, brah. Need to get some hobbies. You can do what Stalin does and get some silly little miniatures to paint and then go play games. Or you can do what Magnus and I do and spend way too much money on toys. I mean, you gotta...
I don't know if I spend way too much money on them, but...
Well, I mean, hyperbolically.
Actually, I'm saving up for my hobby this summer. So.
What's your hobby?
Amateur racing.
Ah. You're racing amateurs?
Sounds like
yeah.
it.
Is that anything like a miniature horse? What type of horse is amateur?
It's cars.
Oh, it's a car horse. I've never heard of that breed.
Well, kind of sucks to be you then, because...
Nah. I've seen cassowaries before. They kind of suck.
Cassowary. Isn't that a fucking bird?
It is, and they are terrible.
They sound like they're evil.
They are. They got a giant murder claw on their foot, and they hate humans.
Sounds about right.
I mean, that just tells me the bird's intelligent, but still, I hate them. Oh, well, could be worse. Could be like that one lady in a Chinese drive-through safari who got out too early and got dragged off by a tiger.
Mm-hmm.
So you race cars amateurly, huh?
Well, I haven't for a few years. I used to do a lot of ice racing, but...
That sounds very slow.
Slow?
Yeah, ice doesn't move very quickly.
Jesus Christ.
You really are mid-fucking 30s. Mid-40. Like, that is actually the worst pun I've heard all week.
Well, I'm glad I can be of service. You didn't get it when I was making fun. He's like, what type of a horse is it?
Yeah, but I just kind of thought you were partially...
No, I'm not Stalin.
Shots fired.
He's racing. Is that real pod racing? I mean, what are we doing here, man?
The best Remy actually said ice racing question mark sounds sketchy. You guys have never heard of ice racing before?
Well, no, but I do know one thing about people in different communities. You should never trust artists. Do you know why?
Because they're sketchy?
Bingo.
Did anyone laugh at
It's not
No.
supposed to be funny. It's an anti-joke. That's the point of it. Is to
Minty
make
is
everybody.
laughing.
I don't even have kids, and I make dad jokes. It's pretty terrible. I have an addiction problem.
Oh, I make dad jokes myself. I've got one kid, but yeah.
What's the from? Is the kid a disappointment?
Nah, I don't. I'm not around my kid very much, if at all.
Well,
So
I mean, you're a trucker, so I'd imagine not.
yeah, that's why it's like, okay, wait, I'm still making dad jokes, and I guess it's just part of being old.
Yeah, it is. Well, I mean, it's part of being old if you're fun. If you're just no fun, which is funny because we got a guy here named Fuddy, so I guess he is a fuddy duddy. Then it's not fun anymore.
I like the segue.
Why is your name Fuddy?
The best fudder nut? Or actually, no, in this, it's the best fudder. And the reason why I use this fucking font is because no one else uses this font.
Oh,
Yeah, it also
Yeah,
makes
that's
it
exactly why
impossible
nobody can
for
ever
me
read
to
your fucking
fucking search for you in the search
I mean,
bar.
And in fairness, I didn't ask you about the screen name and why it's there and what it is and the story behind it.
Oh, there's a story behind it?
Yeah. Why you called that?
Because when I was 17 and faced a mind, I made up the fudder nut. And then it just kind of grew on me. It was something that nobody else had. It really means nothing other than something a 17-year-old Canadian.
So you were intoxicated when you were 17.
Weren't you?
He's never not been intoxicated. Just a quick segue out of this for a minute.
No. I never drank at the age of 17, and I don't drink now.
Yeah,
in
Americans.
Stepsius the Drama Hunter says, a Mexican was doing a magic trick. He said, uno, dos, then disappeared without a trace.
Ouch.
Shut up, Step.
We got about 3 minutes left, so does anybody want to show their channel?
Yes, I would like to shill Wendy's and their Ultimate Baconator. That's a great sandwich. No, seriously. If you're interested in 80s cartoons or animation in general, I've got a channel I ramble on quite a bit about it. I'm doing a little bit better in subs now. I have a lot of fun.
And the channel is called
Dick Tickler.
Dick Tickler. So
No,
feel free.
it's actually called Lio Convoy.
All right, go check out Lio Convoy for his content and
or just go into the search chat and type in Dick
or look up Dick Tickler. Do it, pussy. Magnus.
Well, Magnus Deacon on the old YouTubes. I do Magnus's Loot Crate. Toy collecting for broke nerds, and started a new series called Loot of Tomorrow, where I tell about all the new third-party Transformers stuff that's coming out. So,
what you ought to do at some point in time is do a Loot Crate unboxing that's more in the vein of how to bake.
How to bake?
How to basic.
How to basic. Fair enough. Stalin, you're
hey,
here.
if people want to learn the code, they can do it on their own fucking time.
Stalin.
Quit stalling and get on with it.
Stalin died. Rip. Couldn't happen to a better commie.
Go look at Commander
dead than
V
rip.
Stalin on YouTube. He occasionally does live streams and other, like, very brief recordings of conversations he's had.
Yeah, usually embarrassing things for other people. But no, enjoy Stalin while you can, because after BronyCon, he's going to be dead.
Aw.
I have promised to suitably throw him off the top of BronyCon, helicopter style. Because it didn't
But
come.
will you stream it?
No, because that's evidence.
And
No,
finally, since you came in at the tail end, I can let you shill, Fuddy. Go ahead.
Alright, well, I'm reinventing myself. Futternut might die here in recent thing, but I've recently acquired my channel called Seeking Stupid. We're going to make fun of sovereign citizens, MGTOW, feminists, and really anything that is fucking retarded on the internet.
So you're
never going to run out of content.
So basically, you're trying to be Cog.
Heck is a cog.
No.
Like,
Dude.
I'm just saying, everything you just said, Cog does on his channel.
Bruh, if you want to see something really stupid, just stay in the Brony community for 5 minutes. It'll run into you.
Don't do it. Don't do it. I made that mistake. Don't join me.
Oh,
I
come on, man.
haven't even joined the Brony community for 1 minute.
I'm in there because I'm helping them expose pedophiles. I'm not a Brony myself, but I've ran into more than my fair share of stupid in the short time I've been watching.
I'm the guy that buys like random people on the internet sex toys just to not be part of that.
And thank you all for watching. My name has been Ichabod Orange, and this has been my quest. See you guys next time.
Living like kings comes with a price, don't it? You're rolling in riches, then you've